Okay, still on Rose Street. I'm walking in the opposite direction on the other side of the road towards the hub again, or town centre they call it. And I'm looking at this, number 1 Skewers. Well, at least I got it right this time. I think it should be Skewers number 1, not number 1 Skewers. But anyway, looks delicious. But then again, everything here looks delicious. Even the little concession store I saw across the road when I was walking up, that was fried chicken, and they had the Taiwanese soft bone, except they don't call it Taiwanese soft bone, they just call it soft bone. Anyway, there's another Tea Republic. Wonder what they have here. I think they're real teas. Wow. Yeah, they're no chain store gong chas. They actually look pretty decent. They serve real tea, different types of tea, and brewed on the spot. There you go, there's some specials, afternoon specials, happy hours. So I'm going to try and describe what these are. So that's a dumpling, it's a deep fried dumpling, and inside they usually have savoury mince, or they have sometimes sweet taro or something in it, or some other filling that's sweet. There you have the egg custard tart as opposed to a Portuguese custard tart. You also have some fried donuts here, and they're covered in sesame seeds, in white and black sesame seeds, and inside they usually have some kind of a filling as well, like a red bean possibly, or something else, and they also can be savoury sometimes. And this I'm not sure, but it looks like a deep fried custard bun or some sort. So they're the types of things Asians eat. Not keen on them. I used to eat a lot of them when I was younger, but now watching my diet, I prefer to go for the furs or the Hanan chickens or stuff like that, which is not so fried. Okay, and now we keep going and we see a whole lot of different little stores along the street. Very interesting stores. Some of them are restaurants, some of them are cafes, some of them are services, medical services, other services, and they continue all the way along here. This is a very interesting little arcade, but there is no stores here. Interesting. You have real estate agents, you have the Chinese specialists, travel agencies. Oh, look. So this is the, when I was talking about in my other video, the pig's trotters that you could get in the local Woolworths in Eastwood. This is what they do with them. And you can see in that picture, you can see some eggs in there. They're what you call the tea eggs or soya eggs, depending on what you marinate them in or poach them in. They change colour to a dark brown. They're actually quite tasty if they're done right. And they're really hard boiled, they're not usually a runny centre. That looks like chicken ribs of some sort. It's not Taiwanese soft bone, that's for sure. And then here we come to Tonyong supermarket. Now this is very much like the typical Asian supermarkets that you've seen about for years, decades even. Very well stocked, and they're always, to me, something I'd like to walk into all the time because it's so inviting, because they just load everything out in the front in a pile or in piles, not in any order or anything, and then you just have to sift through things and you find things that are interesting or bargains. So here we come to another arcade, a side arcade. This would probably be like some of the other, well, I suppose the side arcades in Chatswood. Like, it reminds me very much of that one that's, I think, near one of the banks. And then there's another, I don't know what it was next to it, but some kind of Asian cosmetic store or something. So that is very similar to this. I'm going to take a walk down here because it looks very interesting. A lot of little services here, and there's an upper floor with some services. Ooh, interesting. What's this? This says baby bottles again. You haven't seen these. These were viral, I think, at one stage. What are they? Oh, they're sago cakes. Yum. And that's the type of stuff I like to make. So here's another egg tart that's more towards looking more like the Portuguese tart than the traditional egg tart, which is the Hong Kong egg tarts, I think they're smoother and they have a different pastry, whereas the Portuguese tarts are sweeter and they have a flakier, thicker pastry. What's that? Is that another? Oh, it's another hot drink store. So many tea stores everywhere. It's a vacant shop. There's a car park. Oh well, I don't want to go to the car park. Here's another one, another interesting dish. It's combination beef noodle soup. If you're wondering what that is, it's actually beef and those little honeycomb shaped things in the soup are actually tripe, and I love tripe. Oh, here we go. Here's another bakery. Different type of bakery. They all seem to sell the same types of thing. Is that real or is it a fake poop? Oh yuck, it looks disgusting. Yeah, so they sell the same kind of buns with different fillings and variations. So I don't think they will have any bread loaves, but I'll go in and have a look as well. That's inspired by the finger bun, I'm assuming. More of those cream cakes again that I don't like. So here is the egg tart I was talking about, the one that's the Hong Kong style one. And then there's a mochi. The difference between the mochis that are Japanese and the mochis that are Chinese is the Japanese ones are more refined, whereas the Asian ones are actually more, they're thick and they have coconut around them, whereas the Japanese ones don't. And I prefer them without the coconut. And I prefer the Japanese mochi over the Chinese mochi. These, I haven't had those for ages. They're not that easy to find now. These coconut tarts, really delicious, very sweet. The chicken pie, that's French style, I believe, pastry, rather than the traditional pastry. And you don't see that one a lot either. So they have some variations. There's century egg. Now the century egg pastry, it's an acquired taste and it's not my favourite. No, I won't touch it actually. They have some curry beef puffs, which should be nice. So yeah, a lot of them. Oh, they've only got white cream toast instead of milk toast now. They've got cream toast. Very rich. It doesn't look like they have any either. These biscuits you'll see in every Chinese bakery, most of them, especially at Bread Top. Okay, what else do they have? Do they have Chinese bread? No, they have, I think, the Asian style or chiffon. Well, it's not really, it's the other cake, not the chiffon cake. It's the heavier one, which I don't like, and it's a steamed cake, I think. And the reason why it's steamed is because not a lot of Chinese have ovens, so they steam their cakes. Now they do. Pancake king. Okay, there's another bakery store on the end. Wow. The door, it's so old. Nice. Cosmetic stores, they're popping up everywhere. Yeah, so they're all these steamed buns, steamed bread cakes, sort of. I haven't had that for a while, so that's something else that I might want to get later on. This looks so cool. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to walk back up to Low Street and then continue my adventure around Eastwood. Thanks for watching.